Some honorable mentions are Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Christopher Daniels, and Trevor Lee. Ranking in at number 10 is Keith Lee. His top 3 matches of 2017 are versus Ricochet at Evolve 80, versus Tomohiro Ishii, Rev Pro Global Wars UK, and then versus Matt Riddle at Evolve 94. Keith Lee is a modern-day mix of Samoa Joe and Bam Bam Bigelow. He transitioned in 2017 from an afterthought in ROH to a workhorse across the indie scene, delivering moves that almost all heavyweights dream of hitting. A closer look at his work from last year showed a focus on his timing. He is a student of the game, moves exceptionally well, but also redefined his body from the beginning to the end of the year. Lee's most compelling matches of 2017 include 2 encounters against Zack Sabre Jr., particularly the second battle, which took place this past September at Evolve 93. His work with Walter also confirmed all of his recent hype, and he put together a memorable WrestleMania weekend for Evolve, with must-see matches against Ricochet and Donovan Dijak. Keith was one of the finalists for the prestigious PWG Battles of Los Angeles indie wrestling tournament, and his tourney matches with Dijak and Ray Phoenix were highlights of the weekend. Coming in at number 9 is Cody Rhodes. His top 3 matches of 2017 were against Christopher Daniels at Best in the World, against Okada at G1 Special in the USA, and versus Suzuki at Death Before Dishonor. Cody wrestled at Stardust at WrestleMania 32 in 2016, where he then finished out his WWE tenure by dropping consecutive falls to Apollo Crews and even doing jobs for Zack Ryder. Rhodes then cashed in all of his goodwill chips by touring the independents before finally turning heel and joining Bullet Club in December of 2016. He used the momentum that he had gained to create his most compelling year in wrestling, beginning with a victory over Juice Robinson in the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom 11th in January. Rhodes took a considerable risk, but he has successfully parlayed his family name and WWE credentials into far greater star magnitude than he ever achieved in the WWE. He had memorable encounters with Christopher Daniels in Ring of Honor, and even Okada in the main event of AXS TV's G1 Climax special in July. He even defeated Christopher Daniels to become the ROH World Heavyweight Champion, which he later dropped to Dalton Castle of December of 2017. Coming in at number 8 is Matt Riddle. His top 3 matches of 2017 were against Walter at the Progress August show in New York, against Zack Sabre Jr. at Rev Pro Uprising, and against Keith Lee at Evolve 94. Riddle was the star of the Indies in 2017, which is quite an honor. There is a rare intangible with Riddle. He commands attention in the ring, and his charisma organically connects with crowds. Riddle's work also brings with it another level of authenticity. He ended his UFC tenure on a 4-fight win streak, but 2 of those wins were overturned due to his proclivity for marijuana, though that made him more popular in pro wrestling. Riddle also starred in Evolve, his home base to craft his art of pro wrestling. It is especially important on the independent scene to make your opponent come off strong, which Daniel Bryan mastered better than most, and Riddle shined in matches during 2017 with a variety of talent, helping elevate Fred Ye during WrestleMania weekend in Orlando, Keith Lee in their Evolve battles, and Tracy Williams, who Riddle fought in Chicago in an Anything Goes match, highlighting his ability to adapt to a hardcore style match. Riddle is not selfish and does not eat people up in the ring, but he is also able to protect himself and his own aura. He is a phenomenal ambassador for independent wrestling, and there is a reason his merchandise lines were so long at the shows in 2017. And coming in at number 7 is Kevin Owens. His top 3 matches of 2017 were against Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, against AJ Styles at SummerSlam, and against AJ Styles and Chris Jericho at SmackDown Live. Kevin Owens began 2017 as WWE Universal Champion and delivered a phenomenal match with Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. That encounter was largely forgotten due to the fact that just 2 matches later, AJ Styles and John Cena combined to put together arguably Match of the Year. Owens was consistently overshadowed by various other storylines that WWE chose to highlight throughout the year, but he constantly delivered compelling work in the ring. That feat is nearly impossible to achieve in WWE, as the weekly television grind overexposes talent to the point where the extraordinary becomes ordinary. Owens made everything he did in the ring very meaningful, cementing himself as a top heel in the business during 2017. At number 6 is Okada. His top 3 matches of 2017 were against Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 11, versus Tiger Mask W at the 45th anniversary, and against Shibata at Sakura Genesis. Okada remains a mystery to a large part of the North American audience, but that began to change in 2017. Okada steered the ship during New Japan's maiden voyage into the United States for its G1 special in the US of A on AXS TV in July, where he worked with Cody Rhodes. Okada's work is so finely tuned and compelling that the match was Rhodes' best match of the year, where it fell somewhere closer to the 10th best match of Okada's year. At number 5 is Braun Strowman. His top 3 matches of 2017 were against Roman Reigns at Payback, against Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Samoa Joe at SummerSlam, and against Big Show in a Raw cage match. Braun Strowman redefined the role of the Giant in 2017. WWE hit the right notes in the way it booked Strowman throughout the year, but it was not without faults. His undefeated streak by pinfall or submission was snapped with no anticipation or build at the hands of Roman Reigns at Fastlane in March, and there was the unfathomable sight of Strowman backing away from The Undertaker in their face-to-face encounter on Raw. Strowman compensated for the periods of bad booking with a devastating style in the ring. The beauty of Strowman is that his ability to dismantle opponents does not mean he crushes their credibility. Strowman's dumpster match in April was the highlight of Kalisto's year. Outside of his No Mercy match with Brock Lesnar, which was a complete and utter failure, Strowman added intrigue with an ambulance match with Roman Reigns, which took place after the spot on Raw where he flipped an ambulance, and even withstood a trip inside a garbage truck. WWE's booking philosophy is built around delivering memorable moments to its fans, and Strowman created more than anybody else in 2017. Coming in at number 4 is John Cena. His top 3 matches of 2017 were against AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, against AJ Styles and Bray Wyatt on SmackDown Live, and against Roman Reigns at No Mercy. Can WWE draw a house without John Cena? Cena remains the biggest draw in the entire industry, which is particularly apparent when he is off the road, and WWE draws some dismal attendance numbers at Raw and SmackDown. Despite looking past his prime at Survivor Series, which was largely the result of being surrounded by the likes of Finn Balor, Bobby Roode, and Braun Strowman, Cena has played a role in the most memorable matches of the year, including his Royal Rumble win over AJ Styles, as well as a SmackDown loss to Shinsuke Nakamura, and a compelling feud with Roman Reigns. Cena is finally as comfortable with the WWE audience as they are with him, which is a bare fit of irony. Cena has found his greatest connection with the fan base as a part-time talent, the kind he used to mock. Coming in at number 3 is Roman Reigns. His top 3 matches of 2017 were against Undertaker at WrestleMania 33, against Strowman at Fastlane, against John Cena at No Mercy. Roman Reigns' work on the mic undoubtedly hurt his overall product, as he sometimes comes off as so mellow that he is a minnow in an ocean full of sharks. Reigns made the most of his talented bevy of opponents throughout the year, kicking off the year with a classic against Kevin Owens and ending 2017 with a 6-man tag that was the best match at the Survivor Series. His match with Taker at Mania was by no means a classic, was far more about the story it told than the actual match. Reigns also succeeded in a variety of matches. The Fatal 5-Way at Extreme Rules, the Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam, an ambulance match are all part of his 2017 resume. And he even closed out the year with compelling television bouts with Cesaro and even Jason Jordan. To add to all of that, Reigns and Strowman combined to deliver the feud of the year. Coming in at number 2 is AJ Styles. His top 3 matches of 2017 were against John Cena at Royal Rumble, against Finn Balor at TLC, and against Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. In what would have been seen as an unrealistic just 2 years ago, Styles effectively replaced Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose in the main event during 2017. Styles made every match entertaining, whether it was the Money in the Bank ladder match, a 2-on-1 affair against the Singh brothers in November, or a match on SmackDown against The Miz in January. Styles started and ended 2017 as WWE Champion, but was placed in lackluster feuds throughout the year with McMahon, Baron Corbin, and most recently Jinder Mahal. For those who believe pro wrestling should be presented like a sporting contest, Styles is a savior. In a world where some wrestlers' punches look like they wouldn't break an egg, Styles delivers an extremely realistic style. It adds an entertaining bump to every match, but also sells for his opponents so the viewer can suspend disbelief. He brought out the best in John Cena, Braun Strowman, and Finn Balor during 2017, and just missed finishing first on this list. Coming in at number 1 is Kenny Omega. His top 3 matches of 2017 were against Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 11, versus Juice Robinson at the G1 Climax, and against Tomohiro Ishii at New Japan Cup. Omega was certainly better than Styles in 2017. The cleaner is the Alpha and the Omega when it comes to pro wrestling in 2017. Omega is otherworldly in the ring, delivering memorable affairs with Minoru Suzuki, Okada, Michael Elgin, and helped Juice Robinson to the finest match of his career. Like Styles, Omega does not need great opponents to produce great matches. He can deliver that feat with nearly anyone. Yes, New Japan books 6-man tags throughout the year, far more than WWE, to allow the wrestlers to rest and recover. Omega also works far more comedy matches with the Young Bucks in 2017 than AJ Styles ever has in his career, partially because WWE would not allow it and because of different personalities. But Omega's year resonates most because of his ability to connect with a crowd. Omega was able to do this in 2017 while touring towns in Japan during the grueling G1 Climax round robin, which saw him go the distance for a second straight year, as well as in Toronto, Chicago, and Reseda, California. Omega is not working WWE tours that generate. Unlike Styles and Reigns, who have the WWE wagon entrenched firmly behind them, Omega has created his own buzz in America, along with some of the best bouts of the year, an ability to enhance his opponent, and a must-see intangible. Kenny Omega is Sports Illustrated Wrestler of the Year for 2017.